We are back today on Inside NLC. We have Preston Dyar and Elijah is with me, and going to talk about Preston's upcoming MMA debut with Hunter Dennis.
Well, it's been a long time coming, Preston. You've been on the scene for years now. You know, you started out just watching your buddies fight. What made you decide, I want to do this?
Well, I mean, I've always wanted to fight. I started jiu-jitsu about 24 or so. And I always kind of had my eye on mixed martial arts, kickboxing. But, life kind of takes you away from all that stuff. So every time I kind of geared up to get ready to fight, something else would happen. And then with trying to get back in shape, that's when I met back up with Ryan and Ronan and started training a little bit. And then started cornering some of the guys, getting to know the new team and everything. And just kind of going from there. And I was like, shit, I need to fight. I'm helping guys prepare for their fight. We're sparring. I'm the only one that hasn't fought. So it's like, come on now. We got to get something going here.
It's a strange thing. Like you say, you've been there. I've seen you in the corner of your teammates for a lot of cards lately. It's almost like you've made that walk before. It's just you've not done it. So, like, how much do you think that helps you that you've actually been that close to it? Because I know how emotional you get in the corner. You backstage with them. Like, it's almost like you've been through every part of the process, even though you've not fought yet.
I think it helps. But seeing it and doing it are two separate things, I think. You might think it might insulate you against all the nerves and the jitters and stuff. It's not going to. But I think it does help, especially being right there, trying to walk guys through different adjustments they can make in the middle of the fight, kind of routes to victory. So I think I have seen it before, and I think that will reflect in my fight that I have a pretty good eye for things. And I think that has definitely helped all the times that I've cornered and helped coach, primarily Tyrone at this point, William as well. Corner for Ryan, have corner for other guys through our gym, and I think that'll really be beneficial.
And looking at things through that coaching mindset, I know you know a lot about your opponent. You've seen his last fight, Hunter Dennis, and looking at it from that perspective, what's your edge? What's your route to victory there?
I don't know if I can give all my secrets away, Elijah. Let me think about that. I like to think I'm a student of the game. Like MMA is like one of my only passions like left in life besides my family. Like I love watching fights. I love watching breakdowns. Like when our fighters have opponents, I'm breaking down tape. I'm getting the editing software out, writing notes on the stuff. Like I know what they're gonna do in certain parts of the cage, what their favorite strikes are, the probability that they're gonna throw, and stuff kind of like that. So I think just that tactical edge will give me an advantage. But I think he's more of a boxer. I know on the last podcast you had said that he fell in love with MMA or something like that, but he be a really good boxer. But you can tell from his stance and just his strike selection that he's primarily a boxer. And boxers are weak to certain kinds of attacks. And it kind of showed in his last MMA matchup, I feel.
Definitely did. He struggled against the kicks from Keaton Jones. They came out and had an absolute war, but he just didn't really have an answer for the front kicks, the leg kicks, anything that Keaton was throwing in that aspect of the fight. But his debut fight, he came in 0-0 and beat a guy that was 6-0 in boxing. So that was very impressive.
I haven't seen the video yet. I'd like to get a hold of that tape and kind of see what's going on there.
Right, yeah.
Pretty impressive.
I'm not sure if there is tape of that fight, to be honest, but I've been wanting to see it myself. Definitely got a game opponent.
For sure.
He's with a good gym. He trains with my buddy Chris over in honestly, I don't know where their gym is now. Elk River Combat. It was in Elkview. I don't know where they're at now. They the gym kind of bounces around, but they've got a good group of people, and I believe boxing is a big part of their gym. Always has been, but they do they've got they've got their jiu-jitsu, their wrestling, they've got an all-around team, but boxing is a big focus, and it shows when they fight. He's got great hands. This has been a long time coming, man. Ever since the first time I met you, I don't know if it was 2020 NLC4 or if that was there's been a few times that I've met you at those older events, and then another one was at Hearts. I think it was at Hearts when you told me that you're definitely stepping in there. It was our first fight in Hearts in 2021.
Sounds like.
Yeah. That was definitely the day you were like, yeah, I'm next. I'm the next guy from this group to get in there.
I go, man, and then I turned out not the next, and now we're here. So let's get this done.
We almost had you and Elijah matched up at one time. I believe that was a heavyweight long time ago.
I got scared. I saw how serious Preston is. I was like, dude, this guy's losing weight. I'm not losing weight.
Don't butter me up now. Don't butter me. I'm glad it
I've
didn't.
got to a little bit. I was mad when you called me out, but I probably understand why. Looking back at that fight with
Well,
Honecker, I'm a very spirited corner, and I kind of feel like that was why.
Oh,
Wasn't
you
it?
guys cornered against each other that fight?
Oh yeah, and I was loud and I was shit.
I mean, you do your thing for your guys, right? I really don't think that was the contributing factor to it. I mean, you got a big name in there. I'm trying to make a debut, so it's like, well, this guy fights heavyweight. He wants to box. Let's cut my teeth against it and see what happens. But I'm kind of glad it didn't go through there, man, because it'd be like two walruses humping in there.
I think it would have been a hell of a fight too. I'm sad that I had so much going on in my life. I think right after we agreed to it, my car broke down and the engine blew up on my car. Like I was traveling an hour and a half to get to the gym. So I was like, well, now I can't train. So I had to, it took a lot for me to say, yeah, I can't do it. And you handled it like you were really respectful about it. I felt real bad to have to pull out of a fight.
It is what it is, man. Even like the lead up to it is like, I thought we were kickboxing. Like I didn't really know a whole lot about you. And Keith's like, well, he's a purple belt or a brown belt or something like that. And I'm like, and it's MMA. And I'm like, shit, okay, well,
that's what I liked about it. Like as soon as you agreed, I knew you were serious. Like I knew you were the real deal just because you were down for it, even though you were white belt. Like I was like, this guy's serious. So right then I earned respect for you. I've been keeping my eye on you ever since. You know, I see you at these cards. I see you cornering. Like I've got a ton of respect for you now because I know like this guy's the real deal. You're determined.
We can always run it back if you want to. I mean, we can.
I'm scared. I told you that. I'm afraid of it. You're too serious. I wish that I had your determination because I tell you what I see, honestly. I used to be like that. Like back when my first fight, I lost all this weight. Like I was so determined. Keith knows back then. Like I was a different guy. I had this hunger about the sport that I don't really have now anymore. And like for one reason or another, like I competing lately, like the last two fights I had, I hated it. You can ask Keith. I didn't enjoy it. I enjoy training a lot. But like as far as competing, I think like my anxiety, everything that comes with it, I can't stand. But like my first fight, you remind me of me then. Because I was like, I felt like I could beat anybody. I was ready to go. And like everything just clicked. I had that fire. And I can tell you do.
I certainly hope so. I'd like to think that I do, but anything can happen, right? You can make all the preparations, you can break down tape, you can do everything, no stone left unturned, and then you hit him good and he hits you just right, done deal. So I have a lot of confidence in it. I would have liked better circumstances, but that's not an excuse. We're going to get in there. We're going to do our thing, get in there, bop, hit him with some good stuff. He's probably going to hit me with some good stuff. We're going to go from there. We're going to see what happens.
That's one thing I wanted to talk to you about. And probably people don't know, you personally, you got 5 kids, you're working pretty much all the time.
All the time.
So how do you do it? Like, how do you keep that fire lit?
I think it's just the fight itself. I mean, I don't think I would have lost as much weight as I had without the motivation of an upcoming or like the prospect of a fight. And I think that I kind of piggybacked getting back into shape off of that. And I was like, well, I don't want to go in there looking like, chewed bubble gum, looking like shit. So, I better do something. And, I don't want to gas out and be not in shape and like actually put on a decent performance and like reflect my skills. But I think my determination comes from just the fight itself. I've told myself forever, I want to get at least one fight. We're going to do it no matter what. I'm going to be 30 shortly after the fight. My birthday is on the 28th of March. It's like, now's the time, 30, kind of a late start. You're only getting older. I got a life. I'm never going to be a professional fighter or anything like that. I mean, I make good money. I have a good life, but I have to do this. This is the one thing I got to do. So I'm here.
Like it, man. Here I'm over here at about to turn 41, and I'm all the time off and on. Come back or just quit. I'm back in the gym, man. I've been back to training for 3 weeks. Worked pretty hard yesterday. I'm feeling it today. Woke up hurt. It's I don't know, man. It's a weird thing how us guys just feel like we have to do that, but like if you don't, you're gonna regret it.
Oh, 100%. That I would rather say I'm going to do something, prepare to the best of my ability, walk in there and get smoked in 10 seconds and sit here at 35, 40 and just be like, damn, man, I should have tried. Because I mean, what's the worst that's going to happen, right? I mean, you got the possibility of maiming and death, but realistically, probably not. At the end of the day, it's just an ass whipping. We've all been there. That we've all dished them out. We've all taken them. it ain't that serious.
You can't eat you. So it's one thing. Ref won't let it go that far.
Hopefully not. I mean, ain't the refs letting people get beat down. Lord have mercy.
Yeah,
Crazy.
yeah.
Crazy.
So I believe kickboxing has been something you've wanted to do, right? And then we've kind of settled into this.
My man, I've been trying. Every time it's MMA or boxing, no kickboxing. Come on.
We're looking, man. We're trying to put a big focus on kickboxing here. We've got our heavyweight Grand Prix starting soon for the professional fighters. We started with that weight class. Really, I feel like it would bring us more attention, first of all. And second of all, it's probably the easiest one for me to master because we have a ton of professional heavyweights here. So of all the weight classes we have, I mean, other than heavyweight amateur boxing, like the professional heavyweights, like that's what we have the most of it. So we're at like 13 guys right now trying to get it up to 16. And I know you've expressed interest in doing the amateur Grand Prix, so we're trying to get that weight class up to 16 guys and then get it rolling.
Okay.
And then somebody's gonna come out of that tournament at least 4-0, right? So that's going to be pretty cool.
Something. I mean, it might be me. Who knows? We're going we got to get through Dennis first, though. I mean, that's
got to get through Dennis, yeah. And we're already looking into May getting you, or not May. What is it? May? June. No, June. Yeah, we're looking at June getting you matched at Bridgeport. Yes. So we've got you on the list there, and I know it's all kind of dependent on how things go here, but like we said yesterday, there's plenty of time between the two, so. Time to recover. Yeah.
Make no mistake. Like I'm not looking past him at all. I told myself I wanted to do one and done. Then I was like, oh, maybe we get another one in there. And then
gotta get at least one kickboxing match.
We got March and then June, and then maybe the end of the year. Man, we'll go ahead and do it. Wife hates it.
Yeah. I'm gonna do it. Maybe get 3 of them in and see how they go.
Yeah, for sure.
Come out 3-0. Maybe she'll like it.
I sincerely do. I'm in the car doing this interview right now.
Yeah. Baby, I'm gonna take the trash out. Be back in 30 minutes.
She's in there. What is he up?
Why is he sitting in the car?
He's in there talking to himself. He's finally lost it.
Just start bobbing your head like you're listening to some music or something.
You got an old lady now. You got a kid on the way. I'm taking care of the kids, shadow boxing in between like diaper changes and stuff like that, doors and whatnot. So
that's as soon as I found out you had 5, I was like, how does he ever have time to do anything?
I don't have any time whatsoever, but we're gonna get it figured out. But I think what helps is like I've been training for a long time now. A lot of it of my stuff is self-taught. Besides like some of the grappling, jiu-jitsu and stuff, I really don't like being told what to do. I'll take suggestions and stuff, but I'm a big fan of not trying to manipulate somebody's style a whole lot. I mean, now there's obvious things. Can't always drop your hands when you're fighting. There's a certain technique to a kick, for example, but you kind of got to be base things off their build, their personality and stuff like that. So I kind of free flow as far as like my training and my striking and even grappling for that matter. I like to do it my way. Might be a detriment, but I feel like I have an eye for it. Like one day I would like to be a coach, but I don't have any credentials. So we're going to try to get some of them too in the process.
You're like the Frank Sinatra of MMA. Do it my way.
Do it my way. I thought about that for a walkout song, honestly.
That would be awesome. You got to now.
I don't know, but I got a couple other things. Depends on what the audio is looking like, though. We got to have something that really hits, something real personal.
Big part. That's a big part of it, of the fight night for anybody. What's playing.
It's funny. The first 2 fights I had, they got or 2 out of the 3 fights I've had, they've got my song wrong.
I ain't wrong, man. I'm telling you right now, I'm gonna sit right there until we get.
That's what I said. That's what I said. And then you've got Keith No screaming at you like, what are you doing? I'm like, it's not the song I picked. And he's like, I don't care.
Dude, that's the worst. When I plan this out like way ahead of time, you send them the fight songs like a week before the event, and then they're there for hours before the event, and it's all right, we're finally ready for the first fight, and then they're playing the wrong song. You're like, and then they're like, sorry, you didn't give us time to get ready. Like, what? Well, you mean I didn't? You've had this list for a week, so come on.
It sounds kind of silly talking about it, man, but even like I'm not real like into the woo woo stuff, but I think visualization is important, right? So I mean, like I'll take my Bluetooth speaker and stuff and kind of visualize the walkout and the song and everything. It's like let everything kind of flow through you, and I can imagine like you're in that mode, and then all of a sudden can Barbie Girl comes on or something, and you're like, yeah, this messed up my whole thing.
Yeah,
that's totally real. I think a fight is so mental. Any little thing like that can throw you off, and like if it messes you up, that's why walkout songs are important, because most people pick their walkout song for a reason.
Yeah, absolutely. It means something.
I've seen. It's probably on the bigger organizations where they may not have the rights to play the song or something. But a lot of the fighters are coming out. They got their headphones on, so that it doesn't matter what's playing in the arena. They got it, so it's right.
Okay.
I've thought about that. That's smart. Like just in case they mess up your walkout song, just have it playing on your earbuds.
Yeah,
because it's happened twice to me. 2 out of 3 fights.
Well, you still got one more prepare for though, Elijah. So I mean, you better get a new song.
I've got my rematch with CJ Matthews. Now I got to fight you too. Now and then probably Matt Adams will want to fight me again. Everybody wants to fight me.
Let's do a battle royale. We'll get it all done.
I'll fight all of you in one night. Fight everybody that's called me out in one night.
I'll tag team with you. We can be partners.
That would be nice. We just form an alliance.
He needs the help. Yeah.
Help me take out Matt Adams. It would definitely take more than just.
I won't be honest with you. I have no idea who that is.
He just fought in Bare Knuckle FC. He got his shot and he did a great job. He lost the fight, but he's pretty big talent from the area.
Okay.
I was gonna say y'all might want to grab a a 3rd guy to take on Matt. You might want to bring in. Y'all might want to grab Honecker too. He's what is he? He's probably 280 pounds, isn't he?
He's a big boy. He's short.
State wrestling champion.
He's like Teapot, my little Teapot, short and stout.
Yeah.
So he's short, but he's wide. He's like a house.
Whatever his hands hit explodes. So
you gotta be able to touch somebody to get them hands to explode, though.
That's true. And unlike me, Preston's very elusive.
Yeah.
I just tend to march forward and use my head as a shield.
Do
I'm not elusive, man. I just stick my chin down and just slug it out, man. That's my strategy. Just bull guard and just go in there and just start swinging. That's the
Elijah had spies in your camp before.
Yeah, I did. I did. I had a bunch of them.
You have cameras in my house, is what you're saying. We have to talk about this.
Yeah,
but I mean,
one of those kids, one of those 5 kids is on payroll. He's paying one of those 5 kids to get footage.
Oh man. But I might be elusive. I might not be. We'll see.
We'll find out on March 9th.
Elijah, so I must not be getting hit too much.
I heard that you only throw wheel kicks, just constantly spinning, like the whole time. No jabs, just wheel kick, wheel kick, wheel kick. That's what I was preparing for anyway.
Well, I mean, I've been known to throw a wheel kick or two, but it's not the move, man. There's an application for spinning attacks, man, and you use it for generalship and to set up, but you don't. I
want to see a fighter who exclusively spins. That's all they do.
Bro, I get too dizzy, man.
You'd have to do like astronaut training to prepare for it, like how just get ready for that type of dizziness.
You just go to Camden Park every day all summer for fight camps.
I'm prepared. I'm ready to get my shit rocked. Yeah, I mean, I've been known to snatch up a takedown a time or two too. I mean, don't get it twisted. Don't let that one strike fool you. Like, don't let it fool you.
Well, that's the thing. You said jiu-jitsu was the first martial art you started.
Yes.
So you've been doing it a long time. I'm very excited to see you in there. I think that's it for me, but you got anything to say to the people before we go?
Oh man, I thought I was gonna have something prepared, but I don't. But I think it's going to be a good fight, man. I think that even though it's my debut fight, I have the experience. I think y'all are going to see something that you're not used to seeing as amateurs. And I think that's from me and Hunter. Like, I watched his tape. I saw a lot of good things that he was doing, some bad things he was doing. His last fight was in September, I think. So he's had 6 months or so to improve. And if he makes some of those adjustments that I would have made if I was his coach, his corner, or if I were him, he could be a force. And I'm not trying to glaze him up or nothing, but I mean, I think it's a good competition. I think it's a good debut fight for me. He's not a bum, not somebody's getting off the couch next week. Somebody's truly going to test my abilities, because that's what I want. I've been trained. I'm self-taught a lot. I like the game. I like analysis. So I want to cut my teeth against somebody who knows what the hell they're doing, because you can't prove nothing if you're beating up, crackheads that are outside the gas station. That don't make you a fighter. It don't make you a man. It's no good. So I want an experienced opponent, but hold on a second. Messed up my speech.
Oh,
that would have been the perfect ending. I messed up my speech.
Oh, let me go. I'm gonna pause it and get him back in here. All right, he got him back. Now,
well, you gave a beautiful, eloquent speech. It would have been the perfect ending to an interview, and then you fucked it all up, Preston. Or you might want to bleep that out. Pardon my French, but you screwed it all up.
Sounds like a story, Mom. So
The story of my life.
Big shout out to team management's Tyler Aarons for calling me and fucking up my feng shui. But
Oh my God. So this manager, this grade A manager, Tyler Aarons, one of the best in the game, he ruins interviews. That's what he does. That's how he's going to get your career to the next level. I've got to give Tyler a hard time a little bit. I haven't seen Tyler or talked to, like well, I guess that last card with Tyrone.
Yeah, he was there.
with you
Yeah,
and
he was at
Ryan.
Bridgeport. Yeah.
I remember hanging out though before the Watts fight. You weren't there, but we hung out at the hotel like the night before it all went down. Like I feel bad because I kind of talked him into kickboxing with Watts, but like he was game. He's ready to go. I like Tyler. I like William though. Like that's the thing. I felt bad about the cornering. I did, but I like you guys.
And I was like, shit, maybe I do something about that. I don't know.
What you got to think though, the reason I corner like that, it might not work, but it might work, is for the judges. It's not for, like, they hear it.
Well,
they hear
100%.
that shit, and they're not the brightest people in my experience. So if they hear somebody acting like, yeah, he's winning, they hear it. You know, it's stupid, and it probably does get under people's skin. But I feel like too, my mentality was, if I'm getting under your skin, probably getting under Williams, and they don't like it. It's probably stupid though. Like
one of these days, there's going to be a judge out here who sees this podcast, and the fight's going to be close, and he's going to be like, you know what? That guy said we're not very smart, so his fighter is losing.
Yeah,
I would be shocked if the judges were listening. They're usually not even interested in watching the fights, so I doubt they'll ever listen to the podcast.
And across all levels of mixed martial arts, well, maybe not kickboxing as much, but every combat sport, they don't know how to score fight. Like
most of them never fought themselves.
It's the 10-point must. I mean, you could run that forever, but they don't know how to score fights. They're not paying attention. But what you said is very true. And we got to do a podcast or something. We could talk about this for hours. I mean, a lot of things like how to win fights isn't really taught in a lot of schools, I don't think. I mean, you got ring generalship. You have just how you react to shots. I mean, and you said trying to hype him up in the corner because the judges listen. I mean, you hit a dude and he makes a big reaction. Oh, there's a point. He hits you and you don't move. Maybe it's not a point. You got your hands raised between rounds. You're getting hyped up. You look like you're winning, and you might not be winning. Like you guys kind of know how the game goes.
Oh, it's a huge part of it. Like I feel like I learned that in my last fight because I watch it back. You know, I'm like you. I've watched it a million times. I do feel like I did enough to win, but I lost on the scorecards, and I think big part of it was because I was so gassed. I looked tired. The judges see that, and any time lately I've been paying attention. If a guy looks tired, even if he's winning, the other opponent, the other guy wins because the judges think, oh, he's tired.
Might mistake the gas tank for like being hurt.
Yeah.
Like those body shot, like instead of it's he didn't train hard, it's those body shots are doing damage.
But it's the same reason you see coaches so many times at the end of a fight say, you know, put your hands up, act like you won. Like it's important.
Oh yeah, there's definitely,
you're putting on a show for the judges, even cornermen. Like you hear those guys when a low kick's landed, and you hear the yelling. That's for the judges. Yeah. And I was doing that in that fight just for the judges. That's the only reason. I can definitely see how I came across as an asshole.
Oh, I think you're a nice guy. We had a couple interactions. I think you ain't too bad. I mean, we're still gonna have to run it back someday.
That's what I guess I'm gonna have to get in shape. I'm gonna have to lose 100 pounds too, because by the time I'm ready, you're gonna be like 145 pounds.
You'll be looking like a freaking X-ray with a beard, man. Like.
You got to know. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to make you. You got to come back up to heavy. It's a super heavy. You got to meet me at 300 pounds. I want to undo all the progress.
That's what. Yeah, I'm waiting. Preston's going.
If you're going to fight me, I'm going to ruin your life first.
Preston's going to get to where he's walking at 170, like cutting to 155, and he's going to get that message from Eric Mon. Hey, Preston, Elijah's ready to go. You need to get back up over 205 pounds.
Well, if there's a will, there's a way, man.
Now, you better start eating.
Dude, you would shit your neck. I did it too. Just to prove
man, I think it'd be fun. I miss it. I'll tell you that much. Like I've been out of the game for long enough to where I do miss it. It's always going to be a part of my life. I'm sure you feel the same way, dude. You've been around a long time. You started training when you were 24. Now you're an old man.
I got gray hairs in my beard and everything. I look like hammered dog shit, but it's going to be all right. It's going to be all right, I feel, for sure.
Yeah,
I'm going to tell y'all a real funny story. So back in 2008, I fought Paul Burns, who was 12-1, and I believe I was 2-0. And he was the heavyweight champion of XFC in Kentucky, and I was walking around at 160 pounds, and I come out and knock him out first round, and took the heavyweight belt. I ultimately had to give it back because I didn't even weigh enough to defend it once the commission took over, so I just give him the belt back. But so he calls me out for a rematch, and Kentucky had a commission now, so we couldn't do lightweight versus heavyweight, so you had to actually be in the same weight class. So I said, man, you're gonna have to come down and meet me at my weight to make at least 170, because I was walking at like 160. And sure enough, like a few months later, I become a truck driver and I start gaining weight, get real fat. About 2 years after that, I get the message. He's 170. He's ready to go.
Damn.
And I'm over here I'm like, bro, now I'm 240. Like, come up to my weight class. Let's do it. That's one of Justin Richwine's buddies now. They train together.
Okay.
But yeah, it's happened. Hey, I'm just saying, that's what we're joking with y'all. I've lived that.
I mean, this is my testament, man.
Yeah.
Elijah, to challenge you. We don't have to run it back. I mean, we should run it back, but I guess we never ran it.
Yeah,
but
that's
anyway.
what I was saying. We never ran it yet. We got to run. We'll have to run it and then run it back.
I think you guys need to team up 2v2. Go to that Buckeye Wrestling in Ohio and take on Joey Studer and Teddy Bear. Tag team match.
I ain't that big, boy. I mean, I'm tall, but shit.
Well, they can call us Salt and Pepper.
Yeah. Salt and pepper.
Ivory,
I love it. I think that's what we got to do.
Yeah.
Listen, we got to get you down to 185, and then we can have a grappling match.
You be my weight loss coach. You clearly know how to do it. Oh, I'd be down. I'd be down. If I start training again and I get active, you'll be my first call. Trust me on.
You will be his nutritionist, his weight loss coach, and his first fight.
Listen, bro, just we fit yoga, man. That's the key. We fit and yoga. And
and yoga.
Yoga.
Or just fork put downs are a pretty good exercise too. It's my hardest part. Sometimes I'd be looking in the fridge in the middle of the night going life or death with that damn thing. Just like, oh, delicious.
The biggest thing I learned about weight loss, when I dropped 100 pounds before my first fight, the biggest thing I learned is you just got to want it. You get fucking tired of being fat, and then you just got to do it.
You ain't wrong. And then you figure out you look halfway decent and you're like, shit, that's been
You start feeling good. You start feeling confident again. It's a big deal. And that's why I'm real impressed with how hard you work. Got a lot of respect for you for losing that weight. It's tough. And I know how tough it is. And you've done it.
Mm-hmm.
He's living it and he's keeping it off, and he's still going down.
I'm trying, man. So one last thing for me, boys. So Keith, what's going on with these titles and these amateur divisions? What's going on with that? I know you hadn't
got a lot of vacancies, but we did change our criteria, so we're not throwing titles out for debut guys now. You gotta have at least 3 fights. Okay. Got to have at least an even record. If you got 4 fights, be at least 2-2. We don't want guys coming in on losing streaks. If you are negative on your record, we require that you be on at least a 3-fight winning streak.
Okay.
So, we've had guys come in, and Elijah knows we had an 0-6 pro boxer come in. The guy's now 7-6, but he was still negative when he won our title. But he was on like a 5-fight winning streak. Mm-hmm. So he was like 5-6 at the time. But yeah, he's up to 7-6 now, and turned it all around. But yeah. We got a lot of vacant titles. I've got about 20, 22 belts in my garage, and I would like to have them around somebody's waist. So just got to get people to be active. Get some of these guys out there that are looking for easy fights. Quit looking for easy fights. Some of y'all are pretty good. Some of y'all are ready for the challenge. So quit. If you're 4-3, quit asking to fight debut guys. You know what I mean? You're not going to earn titles. People don't earn titles like that. Not talking to you. I'm talking to there's some people out there.
Oh, that's one thing I respect about you. Like you talked about wanting a tough fight. You want to prove yourself. You want to challenge. Like that's a rare thing in regional amateur combat sports.
It really is.
I'm down. I'm here to stay for at least 3 fights, boys. So 185. I can make 170. Anybody can get it. We can run it. Let's get it done.
Like it. All right. Well, everybody out there, thanks for tuning in. We're gonna let Preston get to work. This man is working second shift. Gotta hit the road. Driving about 90 minutes to work?
No, it's about an hour.
About an hour?
Yeah.
I don't envy that. Yeah.
Pays the bills though, man. It's making me able for y'all, so we're gonna get it done.
Like it. Preston, it's been good having you on, man. Thanks for joining us today, and we look forward to seeing you here in 3 weeks, March 9th, at Kentucky at the Boyd Convention and Arts Center. We've got big fight card. We've got 20 fights, and we're gonna have probably 10 grappling bouts on the pre-show. So come on out. It'll be an awesome night. Also gonna have pay-per-view. We'll have Smoking Jays in the house on the barbecue. So good night, big night. Thanks everybody.